Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on in for some Friday night action. My name is Ice Cold Brew. I apologize, that was a bit loud. Folks, it's semifinals time for Royalty Series. My name is Ice Cold Brew. I'm going to be your commentator and broadcaster for this evening for the North American Premier 3v3 circuit, sponsored by House Whiffendor. And, of course, let's go ahead and get into a bit of the matchup here. We're going to have Element 7 up against Gooby Woobies. Element 7 having a perfect season at 5-0. Even going through this point, through playoffs, they haven't even dropped a single game yet. They're actually on the semifinals. They got to buy into that quarterfinal spot. Took Hyperion out on a 4-0, and now they're going up against Gooby Woobies. Gooby Woobies currently 4-1 through the season. Actually, their last matchup was against Element 7. Just looking back in their past history, Element 7 took them 3-1 at the final week of House Whiffendor's North American Premier Circuit. Now, of course, Gooby Woobies fighting their way to the top, still getting that number 2 spot. They got that buy-in. They got to go in, and they took on Necro Nightmare last week. Take them out by Game 5, 4-1 at the end of the day. So now Gooby Woobies have a chance to bring it back. They have a chance to keep it under control. I had someone's Rocket League just crash on the stream, so we're going to keep talking for a little bit, folks. We do have predictions going up right here. Hopefully I pointed in the right direction at that time. But we do have predictions going up right now. If you want to put predictions on your favorite team, folks, welcome on in. I do want to give a huge shout out to Zan and Bossmaker for the follow. Twen RL, welcome on in. Ken Peach, thank you for coming in as well. Good to see some support for the Gooby Woobies. Good to see Zekers is going to have a team behind him, especially with Jay and Slacks. Now, I want to give a huge shout out once again to House Whiffendor for being the sponsor for Royalty Series. Royalty Series is a fantastic league where you can find 3v3 and 2v3 for North America and Europe. And they also have the Royal Rumble coming back. I apologize, that's a WWE thing. They're having the Rumble come back postseason as well. So, with this semi-final matchup, they're going to have one more week of matches. We have Group A and Group B, respectively. Of course, Element 7 and Gooby Woobies both looking for a chance to get their next matchup. They're actually going to be looking to see who is going up against Mishmash Gaming in the coming weeks. And I believe, if I remember correctly, I think Mishmash Gaming might have taken them both down. Just double checking here. Mishmash Gaming, 3-0ing Hyperion. Here we are. No, they actually have never fought each other. That's fascinating. Could have sworn that would have happened at least once. But regardless, folks, thank you all for coming in. Zekers, did I say your name correctly, by the way? I see you in chat there. Thank you for the sloth emote. That's absolutely adorable. Oh, that's your own emote, too. That's cute, bud. I love that. But we are waiting for one player to come on back in. All right, it looks like everyone in. We have predictions up. We have people ready to play. Folks, I cannot wait to get this series on the road. It is going to be a best-of-7 matchup. It is going to be the very peak of Royalty Series at GC2-GC3. You know it's going to be a fun time as we start off here with Game 1. And ISO Nagi with Stellar and the blue and Zana in the background, waiting to start off their first run. Beautiful double tap from Jay, and that's going to set the tone. Making themselves like the Sudsbury Blueberry Bulldogs, setting the tone quick. Nice bump play, sends that ball just below Stellar. And right now, Gooby Woobies, second series up against Element 7. And they truly want to show that this is going to be a different series than that best of 5 in the final week. They truly want to show that they just needed a little bit more time to warm up. Now with Stellar bumped off by Jay. Zekers takes out another, but Zan is going to clear the way for Stellar. And we're going to tie it back up 1-1. Ladies and gentlemen, what a beautiful shot for both of these teams to really set the standard here. And it's something I love to see at this level, as we have both teams fighting it off, trying to find openings again and again. It's just a nice, that's an awesome killed kickoff by Zekers. If we're going to have a shootout every time, I'm not going to have time to focus on the mechanics of the previous goal. What a kill from Jay in order to set up Zekers. Already in the fourth kickoff, we haven't even hit the first 30 seconds. The stream also sponsored by water. Please make sure you hydrate, ladies and gentlemen. Zahn going to take this ball down to the corner. Takes a demo on Zekers. Stellar takes out another, but it's not enough. Jay with the carry. Ground to air dribble. Goes for the flip reset. Goes for the low down. Takes the 50. And is just a bit girthier than anyone else on the pitch in that moment. Zan came back, tried to be a bit quicker, but sadly didn't have the mass, didn't have the weight to surpass Jay. Beautiful setup from them. Fifth kickoff so far. 2-goal difference for Gooby Wooby as Zekers going to take out Zan once again. Zan really just being a glut for punishment. ISO Nagi not really making much of an appearance right now, trying to find something for the team. But we're only a minute in. But with how quickly both of these teams have scored, great bump on Stellar. With how quickly both of these teams have scored, you would be shocked to know we just went past the first minute. Folks, don't forget you still have time for predictions. It is a best of 7. This first matchup may be the tone setter, but it will not stay the same temperature. It might get caught under a heat lamp for quite some time. Zekers sending the ball far and away. Jay looking for a redirect option. Can't get the connection. The phone is going to hang up before he gets a touch. It's going to be Stellar. Picking up on the side. Low 50 against Slacks. Now, Zan looking for the pass from Nagi. Onto the left post. It goes inside. What a beautiful pass from ISO Nagi to Zan. Great upfield angle. Zan cutting it in at the right time, brings it down to a 1-goal game, and you'd love to see it. The kind of play I love watching right now is just beautiful passing play, well-timed bumps and demos, just setting each other apart. Jay finds a beautiful hookup from Slacks, who's going to have him walking in stylishly on that assist. Great challenge from Slacks, forces the 50. Zan catches it off guard, and no one is back to protect him in that moment. Element 7 still down by 2 goals right now. They have that momentum. They have that beautiful pass. Great kill on the kickoff. Stellar, no boost, but on a goose egg, hope and a dream will not fall through. Zan, ooh, just a bit too early, just a bit too quick to the punch, and sadly will fall for the feint. Ball round the corner. It's down inside the strike zone. Zan's going to pick this one up. Tries to keep it away from Zekers. Zekers, a beautiful clear out. It's going to be Jay. Onto the left post. It's going to go down lower. 90. Scored through. 3-goal difference for Gooby Wooby. And we are feeling ooey gooey about it. Beautiful shot too. Jay just catches that shot off guard. It sees the ball come out of the corner, is ready to play immediately. Goes in to challenge. That ball is too far away. And now with another shot towards net onto the crossbar. Stellar's got to pick this one up. It's going to go back to Zan. And with Stellar clearing out the path, got to get the bump on Zekers, but Zekers avoids and still gets a save. Can ISO Nagi find another assist here? Just rolling at 90 points right now. Can't beat out Slacks. We'll take the side boost. And Stellar has space to play. Sends the ball down, Stellar low 50. Oh, cannot win out in the end. Didn't have enough pop. Zan just across the crossbar. Won't go through as Jay picks up the save. Explosive action for game 1 here as we're in the 8th kickoff. 125 seconds left to go. Jay just barely off target as that ball goes across the net. Stellar carry, looking for ISO Nagi, tries to go solo, but sadly, Zekers will deny the act. Unfortunately, you need a duo to cross this line. It's a ride for 2, and Zekers will be riding back to the back of the line. Stellar cut off by Jay over to ISO Nagi. ISO Nagi dropped down to Zan. Zan low 50. ISO Nagi picks up, tries to go for a follow-up, but sadly does not have the alacrity to catch up. Zan with the demo, though, and it's going to be Stellar for that goal. Beautiful shot, and that's what we're seeing a lot from Element 7. They are truly trying to make it explosive entry every time they come in. They're looking for the right passes, they're looking for the right plays. However, defensively, Gooby Woobies have done such a fantastic job of just being more aggressive against their opposition. We can see it now with Slacks quickly seeing Zan go for the ceiling, cuts him off, and now look for the pass out to Jay. Zekers will be cut down by Isonagi. Slacks gets it up high. Not a lot of boost, though. Can't follow up. Gets the friendly team conversation by the bump from Jay. Ball towards center. Jay just a bit faster. Now needs one more flip. Wants to put it towards mid. Can't find them, though. Zekers taken out by Stellar. Isonagi dropping the ball. It's going to be Stellar. Tries to avoid the 50 from Jay, but Jay charges him immediately. Twat RL, thank you for the subscription, by the way. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for allowing me to continue to do this game I love to continue to cast, as Zan is going to take this ball to the backcourt. Pick up and carry. Looks for the drop down. Jay puts it across court, but Slacks can't catch it in time. Instead, has to go for the boost. Stellar look for a demo. Isonagi look for a back pass to Zan. Gets demoed by Seekers. I apologize, Zekers. Zekers on the demo on Zan. Isonagi will not be able to break past Jay, and that ball is going all the way towards the net. It's within striking distance. Beautiful pass from Jay. Slacks can't get there in time. That ball is going to go past the half-court line. We're safely going to state that Element 7 will lose out in this game one. It's going to be Gooby Woobies taking the first blow here. And it was in fantastic form for them, too. Gooby Woobies just able to outpace Element 7, and they have to be really happy about that play. Also, Nagi's going to step back, change the preset, and maybe have something new cooking in the kitchen right now. I mean, again, 9 shots just from Jay and Zekers the entire time. 4 goals coming in from Jay, too. Zekers finding an assist, but almost 100% goal participation, 80% overall, folks. And it's been a beautiful setup from them across the board. Stellar and Jay both calling the game is going to be, quote, cinema from now on, an instant hood classic. And you know what? There is nothing that makes my heart grow bigger than having an instant hood classic go on. I see everyone else is ready to go. Folks, I'm already set to join the lobby as well, too. King J sitting on top as always. That is a beautiful way to say it, Juan. And I cannot wait to see what these players have for us. We're heading on to Forbidden Temple. I'm doing the RLCS current lineup according to the 2025 rulebook. I've had such a good time right now as all the teams are joining. Now Gooby Woobies taking game one to themselves off that aggressive play, and it's been so beautifully done. Can Element 7 come back with some kind of chemistry of their own? Jay's going to be able to get that save. Zan was already on target, looking for that first goal for the team. However, Gooby Woobies still looking for that first goal for themselves. A little bit more defensively minded, but still that alacrity is there between both teams. Nice pop-up from Zan. It's a little bit too high. Isonagi tries to put it down, but Slacks is just ready and waiting. Stellar taking flight, trying to find someone, and makes contact with Zan. It's going to be Zan dropping it down, looking for the upper 90. Zekers denies. It's Slacks on the carry, bumped off by Isonagi, who is making their name known now. Picking up an assist in the previous game, now just wants to do damage against Element 7. Against Gooby Woobies, apologies. Trying to help Element 7. Stellar looking for a pass back to Zan. Zan dropped down. It's going to waterfall away and get cleared out by Jay. One of the actions here I am paying attention to, too, is how well they can coordinate these bumps and demos. I feel like when they had the moments, when they had the time, Element 7 found some great chances. However, again, they were just a bit too aggressive, and honestly, at the end of the day, when you're taking a 50-50 chance odds against Gooby Woobies, you are losing every single time because they are rolling with loaded dice. Slacks taking the first goal once again for Gooby Woobie. Minute 15 gone by, and Isonagi is working out some aggression on Slacks. Slacks going to get respawned and then find the boost on the left side. Traffic jam like I-35 off in the side, but it's going to be Slacks with the breakaway. Finds the back roads over to Zekers. Zekers looking for a top shelf. Sadly will be denied. It's going to go back to Jay, who's going to follow up in a 1-2-3 type of play. 2-goal lead once again for Gooby Woobies. They need to not give them these opportunities to find these openings. They also need to play a little bit tighter on those 50s. They can't get caught out by the demos. Jay taking flight. Pop-up. Slacks is going to be a little bit too low altitude to pick this one up. Instead, it's going to go back towards mid. Zan Over to Stellar, looking for a connection. Instead, he's going to take his own pass off the side. Won't be able to pick this one up. ISO Nagi dropping it down mid. It's inside the strike zone, and it's off and away. Slacks just a bit too low and slow to catch up to that. Slacks picks up the ball. Zekers is trying to open up the net for the team. ISO Nagi's going to get that corner boost, but it's not going to be enough. Jay's, again, a little bit faster. Zek sends it up high, back down to ISO Nagi, who gets 50'd by Jay. Just not winning out in the 50 game, not really winning out on the passing plays either. Playing the backboard hasn't worked out for them. Playing the corner hasn't helped out either. Slacks looking to redirect that ball inside. It goes back to Jay, but Jay is going to make like a bird and fly away on that one. So Nagi's got to catch up here before Slacks gets there. Cuts it off just in time. Director camera, I need you to be in on the action. Stellar off the backboard, beautiful save. That's only a 2-goal difference now. Such a major shift in how game 1 has shifted from game 2. But still, Gooby Wooby continue to dominate. 125 seconds left to go. They can still find a response here if I am Element 7. Ball sent across. ISO Nagi drops it onto the side. Drop some Gatorade on the ground. My foot is now wet, just saying out loud because it's kind of creeping me out. ISO Nagi fights for the corner. Beats out Slacks. Jay, last one back. Can Zan beat him? Pop up high. It's a little bit too high. Goes for the double tap. No, it's Stellar. Into the center. ISO Nagi's not ready. And Zekers on a breakaway. He's going to go all the way. Takes the demo and makes like a Michael Bay film to close it in for a 3-0 lead. Such a minor movement to get that flip right in the path of ISO Nagi. ISO Nagi had the chance to get the save, had the chance to get that touch, but he could not beat out Zekers. Zekers is so quick on that reaction, able to cut them down. Now it's Slacks trying to drop that ball for Jay, but sadly it is left free floating in international airspace and will not be contested that entire time until it's picked up by Element 7. Zekers look for a double tap. Stellar with the clear, look for Zan. Zan looking for a chance. It just drops that ball across the net. Won't be able to fall through here. Double demo on the pitch. Element 7 now in a 1v3. Slacks over to Zekers. Zekers with the cut. Not fast enough. Zan able to pick this one up. 3-goal difference. 60 seconds left to go. This could be game over for game 2 here. But again, best of 7. I have seen that momentum shift so often between teams. I have seen other teams be able to pick this up as Stellar goes for the ground to air, wants the top shelf, wants that upper 90. Instead, it's Zan trying to drop it down, but it gets cleared out too quickly for him. Stellar has no boost, hits the brakes. It's going to be ISO Nagi trying to pick this one up. Ball towards the net. Ooh, Stellar sails right past the post. Almost own goal, does not do so. Fortunate break for him. That would be a morality crusher. Stellar fight for his life on that backboard on a goose egg. Is out in the Midwest, fighting on Route 66, looking for gas, and will end up running out of gas in that time. Oh, and 4 at the end of game 2. It is going to be Gooby Woobies securely taking game 2 right now, and not a single response since halfway through game 1 for Element 7. That has to be frustrating for them. They're looking for another response, but Stellar's going to put it a little bit too high. He was hoping the goal would reach up and allow him entrance, but sadly will be shut down. Zan cut down by Jay. ISO Nagi's just going to backstep here. And it looks like we're going to let the ball hit the ground in game 2. And, you know, Twan, with the new admin controls, I could do just that, but I'm not going to do it. Stellar and Zan both stepping out. ISO Nagi going to sit in the lobby as well. Dangerous game here. Just could not really find a lot of forward momentum for them. Meanwhile, Jay still top scorer, but Zekers with 2 assists as well. 100% goal participation. I apologize. 75% goal participation for him throughout that entire match. And he's got to be happy with that performance. I mean, Zekers and Jay both have done such a great job, but we cannot understate the assistance from Slacks, too. Slacks has really just been playing that low 50 game the entire time and has really helped out the team. Zach, you tell me I can understate Slacks. However, I mean, Slacks is that reliable pillar you need to lean upon. he's gotten your help. He is there when you need him most. He is there to deny passes. He is there to deny control. Slacks is a fantastic player that helps boost the quality of plays from both Zekers and Jay. Now, Interstellar, Zahn, and Isonagi. Stellar and Zahn both have beautiful setups and have continued to look for each other on passing plays. However, they can't really find a lot to contend with in that moment as we go. Wow, my camera just freaked out. As we go into this game 3. So what do they need to change? And I would love to hear some thoughts from y'all in chat as well, as Jay is going to be able to pick this ball up. Zeker is going to try to clear this one away. I really think Isonagi is trying to find more opportunities for the team. And as you can see, he gets a soft touch. It's across the net. Just can't get it below the crossbar. And now it's just Zahn in the backcourt. Slacks goes for a redirect. Can't find the connection, though, but that might be a saving grace. I think if they take the first goal here, like Stellar firing right into the lower 90s. Locked and loaded. With the spotting from Isonagi, Stellar drives that ball right into the far post away from Jay. And for the first time, Element 7 will be taking the first goal. I love that setup from them. That's more of what they need. That's more of what they need to find on their offensive drives. Just finding that mid lane especially is huge for that momentum. However, playing on the backboard has been detrimental to them. They have great timing here and now as Zahn goes to challenge Zekers. Pinches the ball away. It's a bit too far for Isonagi to reach. Stellar's a bit too late on the reaction time. Might be able to get this one here, though. Puts it towards center. Slacks with the pickup, looking for a pass to Zekers. Zan, great cut. It's just Jay in the background now. Can't get there in time. Zekers coming down, cutting through the midway. Will shut that ball up, send it out to the corner. Folks, I have to say this. I got a beautiful Audio-Technica BHP-S1 from my partner, and I love being able to walk around and hype cast the entire time. This shout casting feels so good at the moment as Zahn can't find that connection to Isonagi. Ball across the corner. It's going to be Slacks looking for a bump. Slacks has done a great job just creating these opportunities with demo plays. As we see a double commit, rare double commit from Gooby Wooby, it's going to be Slacks picking the ball up, able to clear it to the post enough time, even with that pressure from Isonagi. Jay puts that ball towards net. Iso up high to Stellar. Stellar wants that pass back down, but Isonagi's a little thirsty. He doesn't have any of that Sunny D right now. That's going to lead to some frustration on the offensive drive. 50 from Jay, puts it down center. Zahn, wanted to put it up high onto the backboard. Will not fall through. Jay, hunting for blood, is going to chase down Isonagi and calls it off. Heard the whistle and stepped back immediately. It's Stellar with the pass from Isonagi. Isonagi looking for the bump on Jay. Confirms the bump, and it's enough for Stellar to find his second goal here. You know, I talked about Slacks being the pillar that boosts the quality of plays for Gooby Wooby, for Jay, and Zekers. Isonagi is doing so much, especially in this Game 3. We saw a hint of that in Game 1, and now we are confirming that quality of life. He is that perfect appetizer that makes the great meal. He is that delicious sip of wine that goes with the best steak. And it's going to be Element 7 now on a 2-goal lead, the biggest lead they have had in quite some time. Cut down immediately by Jay from the pass by Zekers. Great corner play from Zekers, drops it across the pitch over to Jay, and it's just a bit too far for Stellar too. Stellar low on boost, goes up to contend, can't really adjust that quickly, especially when you're caught flat-footed and you're a little bit behind the net. Bit of a difficult position to be in, and now it's a 1-goal game once again. Jay, hard competing against the opposition. Zan is going to be able to clear this ball out. Slacks drops it down. Over to Isonagi, who is left in flames by Slacks. It's going to be Stellar on the breakaway. Pop up onto the backboard. It's going to go to Isonagi. He's looking for his first goal. Will take it off the pass. Stellar has decided that he has punched his card enough for himself and decided to get one free ice cream for Isonagi off the backboard. Beautiful pass, even with 2 defenders in the way. It is just so tight and so beautiful that it cannot do anything but fall through. 2-goal difference once again. Element 7 need this momentum shift. Zahn is going to be able to clear that ball out over to Isonagi. Isonagi sends it back. Slacks under control. Almost loses control, but it's going to be Zekers able to pick this one up onto the side. Bit too fast, bit too furious. Ooh, tries to become a Drift King on that corner wall, but will not be able to cut the pass there. So Nagi playing back. Stellar, great pinch. Making like the fate of the furious in the background. Explosions abound as that ball drops down. Zekers will drop the payload, and it's going back to a one-goal game. Once again, 81 seconds to go. Great shot from Zekers, and incredible anticipation from Jay, too. He's able to find just a nice little setup for Zekers to be able to thread the needle. ISO Nagi goes for a person over a ball, probably wanted to pay the blood price for that mistake earlier. Working out that frustration of allowing a goal to go through. It's going to be Stellar dropping the ball onto the side. Zekers sends the ball up high. Slack on the demo. Stellar is going to control and contain. Sends it across the backboard. Slacks is up, goes to challenge. Stellar forces a low 50 with the flip reset. Won't be able to go through. Ball towards Zekers. Zekers going to be a little off target. It's heading off to the right post. Zan sends it over. Slacks up high. Waterfall down. It's a little bit too much, but it's just enough for Zekers to drop it in. From the waterfall, you create the spout, and it's a teardrop of a shot for Zekers, who catches Stellar, ISO Nagi, and Zan all unaware, unable to contest. When that tempo shifts, when you're so used to fast balls coming at you, sometimes you throw a slider, sometimes you throw a knuckleball, and you are not prepared. But ISO Nagi picking up their second goal. It's going to be a bang from him. Great anticipation on the kickoff. Gets that demo play. Finds the opening as Jay respawns. Can't catch up in time. However, I do want to give a compliment here. Jay was ready to spawn right and was prepared. Tried to cut that one off, just was not fast enough. The ball was a bit too close. It's going to be Zan dropping the ball down. It's going to be ISO Nagi getting bumped out by Jay. Jay working out some aggression. Slacks, gets cut off by Stellar. Free floater as Zan can't pick this one up. It's going to be Zekers down to Jay, but Jay, ooh, clips it, just slices the ball a bit too slow. Zekers going for play of the week. It's going to go back to Jay. Far side, it's a tie game. 4-4 at 6 seconds left to go. The pressure is on for Element 7. Do you go through? Can you complete this chapter here, or will you be starting your story on the note that you could be ending it next game? 4-4, 6 seconds left. Folks, you know what? I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. Stellar. Oh, no. I got to walk away from that one. Just off the goalpost, off to the left side. Stellar had every chance in the world. Just a bit off target. The anticipation broke him in half. And ISO Nagi goes up for the ball. Zen will bribe them alive here. Just a bit too expensive, though. ISO Nagi low on boost. Has to go and contest. Stellar on a goose egg as well. I don't like any of the boost totals I'm seeing from Element 7. They are struggling at the moment. They need a little nitrous oxide in the tanks as ISO Nagi drops it onto the far side. Need for speed for Zan as he sends that ball away. A bit too far, though. Has to go up to contest. Goes for the center. It's Stellar there. No, Jay with the cutoff. Great anticipation from Jay. Beautiful pass from Stellar. From Zan to Stellar, however, not enough in that moment. Zan has to give up the boost here. Takes the side boost. Goes for a demo on Jay. Low 50 on Jay, but it's not enough. He pops it a bit too hard. Slacks into the post. Back into the corner, over to ISO Nagi. It's a waterfall play. It's going to be far side once again. ISO Nagi still keeping it onto that orange side of the pitch. However, risking it for the biscuit. He came up with only crumbs. Zan all the way stuck on the orange side. Lucky break as Stellar finds a chance to challenge. Puts that ball onto the backboard, but no aid, no assistance whatsoever. Zan has to put this ball up high, and Jay will clear it out. Coming out from behind the net to get that one. It's going to be a tight matchup. 90 seconds have gone by so far. Stellar looking for another 50. Instead finds a body instead of a ball. It's going to be Zan. Stellar finding another body. And that's going to be another defensive effort from Zekers. Ball towards the net. Off target. Stellar can't find the shot. It's a bit too high. Then we'll send this ball out to the corner. It's going to be Stellar following through. Another opening for him, but Jay with the cutoff. Jay has done a defensive masterclass so far, has contested every single touch, every single possession coming out from Element 7. Gooby Woobies better be thanking him with like an order of pizza or like a Sonic drink or something. Zekers almost puts that inside. Jay gets bumped out, but it's going to work out for Stellar, who can take his time to clear this one out. Zekers goes up for the contest. ISO Nagi puts it back. Zon needs to get the ball here. It's off. Oh, it's just outside. Back towards the net. Zon fires. Over to ISO Nagi. ISO Nagi will knock it down. Folks, I am begging you, please clip this. Get this on social media. They deserve these highlight plays. ISO Nagi, with the hint of potential in Game 1, was asking for a setup in Game 2 and Game 3. And gets it here at the golden goal moment. Will clutch it out for the team. Puts them on the board with a victory. Going into Game 4, they have a chance to tie. Momentum halted for Gooby Wooby right now. ISO Nagi was not the player I truly anticipated. I thought he was going to get mostly assists because he was very quiet in Game 1, fairly quiet in Game 2, and now he is here screaming his heart out for Game 3 to end in their favor. Folks, I can't get over this. I love this game so much. But let's talk a little bit about defensive efforts from both teams. I feel like Element 7 figured out what the issues were going into... As I remember the alphabet real quick. Sorry, folks. But I feel like they started understanding what their issues were on the defensive side for Element 7. They were getting dusted on their rotations. They were getting cut off on passes. They couldn't really win out the 50s, too. I feel like they adapted better on the 50s game. On the Gooby Wooby side, too, they held this game so long. They were down by 2 within a few minutes. They were down quite some time, then they caught up. They tied the game once again. And so going into this Game 4, I have no idea what to anticipate because now we're seeing a beautiful side of Element 7. And we need to see a return to form for Gooby Wooby. And those demo plays have worked out for them in the end. However, could be a tough matchup here. As Jay will actually find an opening. That's just outside, though. Just a bit off. But with that demo in the background, ISO Nagi taken out, and then Slacks is going to pit maneuver as if he is driving down the state as a state trooper. Pit maneuvers on, provides that opening for Jay to throw down the spikes, and that spike is going the ball inside. First goal going back to Gooby Wooby. Right now, folks, the formula is if you score first, you win the game. So we need to see a script change if it's Element 7, as Zon is going to try to fire that ball into the net. Jay with the cutoff, now looking for an upfield pass. ISO Nagi cuts down at the strike zone, won't fall through. It's going to be Stellar playing a pass towards Zan. It's going to be ISO Nagi picking this one up, looking for an upper corner pocket. That ball's going to sail all the way across. ISO Nagi trying to find a pass to Stellar. Stellar taking some notes from Slacks, but that bump behind Slacks is going to provide the opening. Zekers looking for a double tap. Can't find a teammate to pass to. It's going to be ISO Nagi picking this one up. Drop ball down. Zan looking for another opportunity here. As that ball is going to be striking home a little bit too far for Stellar to strike true, and Zan can't recover in time. On a goose egg right now, all the boost on that orange side of the pitch had mysteriously vanished. Stellar, though, beats out and hits the goalpost once again. Fourth man coming in clutch for Defensive Player of the Season again. Sends that ball back. It's going to be Zan striking forward. Tries to put it a little bit too harsh onto that corner. But fortunate break for them. ISO Nagi, that's just going to be a bit outside. Zan can't pick this one up, so has to make do with the consolation prize of boost. Stellar goes to challenge Slacks. Slacks is just a bit better. Plays a bit patiently. And is able to pick that ball up. Even then, once ISO Nagi has possession, he just waits for ISO to make a mistake and then challenges him immediately. ISO Nagi trying to beat out Jay. Stellar with the flyby, sadly, will not be able to come in for a landing. Zekers double tap, negative angle will put it fairly high up and drops it so far low you could not get any lower with the limbo bar. Zekers, beautiful setup too. Just contests and was unchallenged across the half-court line. Had so much open space, knew exactly where he was going to put the ball, and then dropped it down low. Now Jay looking for the 50s, and ooh, unlucky here again. It's an 0-3 now for Gooby Wooby. Heartbreak Hotel here. Zan put everything into that defensive effort. Develops with the upset alert. It could very well be. Folks, as a reminder, the last time these two teams met, Element 7 won 3-1. They allowed Gooby Wooby to win one game, and it might just be Gooby Wooby allowing Element 7 one game before they close out the series. 4-1. However, we cannot count our chickens before they hatch. We have half the game remaining. However, Slacks will, of course, dunk the eggs into the basket. Ball banged hard as Slacks booms that ball upfield. Slacks going to take out Zan. Jay going to pick this ball up, drops it towards center, wants to pick up another pass. ISO Nagi trying to get clearance. It's going to be Zan. Upfield to ISO Nagi. ISO Nagi looking for a redirect, but sadly he's just a little too small. ISO Nagi looking for another chance. Pass over to Stellar, cut down by Jay. Slacks, drop ball over to Jay. No, Zan off the crossbar. Jay just looking for bodies to take out. Really just trying to make me think about Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson right now in that Fast and Furious movie, as they are just picking up speed the entire time. ISO Nagi's going to pick this one up, has a ground to air dribble. Zekers up to challenge. Ball dropped down. ISO Nagi just off target. Oh no! The goalpost has betrayed ISO Nagi on this run. 80 seconds left to go. Is that enough for Element 7 to pick up momentum? Zekers finds Zan, but it's not going to find the ball there. Zan on respawn over to Stellar. Stellar, quick countered. It feels like in that game 3, they had all this momentum, all this speed, and then once they realized they could match that speed and momentum Gooby Woobies had, Gooby Woobies decided to take it up a gear. Ball towards the net. Jay's going to get a save, technically. I'm going to call it a save. The game won't say it. Stellar fires towards the net. Jay picks up a save. Zion tries to put it in, but it hits the same goalpost that Stellar got deflected towards. All right, so Nagi tried to put it in, but Slacks is just bigger, heavier, stronger. Jay screaming the ball up top. It's going to be Slacks following through. 25 seconds left to go. Not a lot of opportunities here. At least try to get that side quest. Find that momentum for game 5 because you're going to need it for the entire run here. Jay drops that ball towards center. ISO Nagi with the pickup. Zekers with the counter. Zan with the counter. Zan taking out 2. It's just Zekers in the background. Jay drops the ball upfield. Can't get past him. Zekers clears the ball out to the side. And game 4 is going to be match point 3 for Gooby Wooby. Could this be the upset that they were looking for? The team that had the perfect season versus the team that's been chasing after them. Stellar is calling for a timeout. I'm going to double check and make sure the rules allow me to. I'm 95% sure they do. So what I'm going to do, folks, as I am changing the maps here, I'm also going to start up a timer. There's the new map. And I am very sure that they get a full minute timeout. So we're going to allow this timer to run out right now. One timeout per series for a minute and 30 seconds. That is exactly what we're going to do here, folks. So I'm going to open up my clock here, and I'm going to say out loud when the timer starts. Almost set to an hour. That would have been way too long of a timeout for both teams, really. All right. All right, folks. So in Royalty Series, both teams during a playoff series get one timeout that is 1 minute and 30 seconds, only between games. Teams can run down the timer between games during a best of 5 and best of 7. Zeekers is... Oh, we're using 3 minutes timeouts. I'm going to tell them I'm calling for the next one after that. There is nothing in the rules that says you can't use 2 timeouts in a row, so as long as it's between 2 different teams, I am perfectly happy with that. Honestly, gives me a chance to talk a little bit more about Royalty Series myself, and of course the wonderful person who made the music you're hearing in the background. Folks, that is the wonderful music of Christopher Escalante! !track if you are watching this on Twitch, or if you're watching this on the VOD on YouTube. Down below is going to be all the socials, and of course Christopher Escalante's link himself. He's giving me a thumbs up right now. I live with him. He's my boyfriend. Folks, check out ChristopherEscalante.com for your commission your own esports or sports broadcast music. You can always reach out to him to do that. He also does fantastic voice work too. He is a wonderful musician. You can always check him out there. Over at Royalty Series 2, I want to give a huge shout out to House Wiffendor for being the wonderful sponsors for Season 5 of the North American Premier 3v3 and also the 2v2 as well. House Wiffendor, where the best play. Timer is up on this one. I talked too long. I'm going to start the new timer now. That is on me. We are currently on match point for the Gooby Woobies. Gooby Woobies. I've been talking too much too fast. Hey, Twan, thank you so much. Jay, I'm going to answer your question live on the air. I'm having a great day. I got most of my work done this morning, and then I played Valorant for about 6 hours straight with friends. It was fantastic. I also went and got Whataburger earlier today. The burger was okay, but you know what? Works out. I got it on a coupon. Folks, we do have another... we don't have any more action from me coming up tonight, but if you ever want me to cast any of your matches, please feel free to reach out to me at IceColdBrew on various social medias, or check your Discord server for your league. Chances are I am in there as well. Just looking ahead as well, we're going to have more finals weeks going on. We actually have the grand finals for Group A and Group B next week going on for Premier as we're heading into Season 5 finals. After that, we're going to have the Royal Rumble. Oh, it was the Royal Rumble. It's not just a WWE thing. But we'll be coming back where they will showcase the best players in each and every circuit. It will be the top 9 from each circuit, and it will look a little different than in the past, according to Chaotic, who is organizing such an incredible thing. As I check the timer, Timer's up, folks. I apologize. I am so confident and good at keeping time. This is why I work the timekeeper's table for so many different leagues. Folks, we're heading into Game 5 now. Match point for Gooby. We had that full 3-minute timeout between both teams. Both teams have used up their timeouts. So, no other chance after this. Element 7 need to stand strong. They need to play a little bit faster. They need to anticipate the bumps and demos. They cannot lose out by a weight class. All right, so Nagi, with a little bit more alacrity on this play, is looking for a ball. Sadly, will not even find a body. Double demo on that back post. Stellar goes up, tries to take advantage of the 2v2. Will get dusted. Jay to Slacks. Great read from Nagi. Denies. Antoine, you are correct. Incredible power couple over here, by the way. He's making dinner right now. I can't wait to eat. Folks, the ball's going to sail up high. Zan drops it down, tries to find a chance to redirect, but it's going to be Nagi over to Stellar. Stellar fires right to the center of the net. Will strike true. First goal goes to Element 7. Which, once again, folks, ladies and gentlemen, let me remind you, if you score first, you will win at the end of the day. We have seen it with Gooby Wooby taking the first 2 games by scoring first. They took Game 4 by scoring first as well. Element 7 started their comeback, won in OT, but they scored first regardless. Stellar, last one back, risky challenge, but it was a double commit, had to do or die in that moment, and fortunately he does instead of dies. All right, so Nagi onto the backboard, across the crossbar, and fires. It's once again on the backboard, tries to drop it down. Stellar, sadly, will have his launch cut short. Double commit on the side, but Nagi's got the speed, got the alacrity, but Zan will come up from underneath him and steal the ball away. Stellar leaves that corner boost for the team. Everyone's congested into that corner. You do not want to be clustered up like a bunch of dust bunnies. You want to give each other space. You cannot be caught out on ball side altogether. Maybe two of you can, but all three is a recipe for disaster. Ball on the breakaway. ISO Nagi, one more touch, looking for a hope and a dream. Pass over to Zed, it's gonna go inside. Yes, the Nike FC, can you do it? 2-0 lead now. Once again, I'm reminiscent of Game 3. I am reminiscent of that alacrity we got to see in Game 3 where Gooby Woobies slowed down a little bit and they were getting caught off guard by a lot of these challenges and quick plays coming out from the folks over on Element 7. However, is at this point in time, they typically scored a goal, brought it back within one. And it looks like Jay is going to try to attempt to do so. However, there's a miscommunication on the breakaway as Zekers was not in position. Stellar, though, will be out of position, bumped out by Zekers. Zekers recognized they played deep for that third man. Slacks wasn't ready for that two-man play. And so Zekers makes up for it. Sees Stellar, grabs him by the horn, and tears him down. A football coach would have been proud of that play. Zekers is mean, and you got to grab the life by the horn sometimes. Truly making like Gobernable Infectionable. I tried to say a wrestling organization's name. I don't think anyone's going to get that unless you watch like AEW or CMLL. Jay with that opening, it's just going to go inside. That's going to be tying it 2-2. Bit of a breakdown on that defensive rotation again. Let's talk a little bit about the concept of tilt. Sometimes you get so excited, you get so overwhelmingly happy, you forget that you need to think. And sadly, that breakdown in defense happens when you over tilt. You forget that someone needs to be a third man. Someone needs to be reliable on that backside. And now it's going to be Jay looking for the double tap for the flip reset. Was trying to drop it down low. Zekers can't really find a setup. Instead, we'll demo Stellar. Ball back to Jay from Slacks. But Iso Nagi forces the ball down. Slacks, great read, sends it across. Tries to bring it around. Back pass Iso Nagi. Sent. And a solo play. Ooh, sails right by. Sadly missed his ticket. Missed his stop, and now it's Jay. As Zekers, the construction crew, does demolition all across the side of the field. Stellar trying to avoid another bump. It's Zan. Ooh, tries to find confirmation here, but cannot do so. Bit too risky for him to go for the bump and demo with two people up in the air. Would not have been much help. 115 seconds left to go. Slacks bar down and out. Iso Nagi, flip reset, drops it down, gets the bounce, does not get the ball though. Stellar left adrift in the void. Slack's gonna be on target. It's gonna go in, and we're 2-3 now. Gooby Wooby could very well change the script here, where once again, whoever scores first wins. However, if they continue this momentum shift, and if we see breakdowns in defense, Element 7 is going to be Element gone. Kickoff going to Slacks. He's going to take flight chase after it. Iso Nagi cuts it down, goes over to Zan. Zan trying to get a setup to Iso Nagi, but it's not going to be enough. Zan instead opting for bodies instead of the ball. Could be a breakdown here, 70 seconds. Stellar tries to dunk down, but Zekers will pick it up. Ball towards center, Jay gets it. On a goose egg, though, without that Sunny D, can't really make a lot of movement. Didn't even have space to go for a wave dash or a forward flip at least. Speed flip, anything. Ball dropped down for Iso Nagi, and he is going to be that clutch factor that I feel like Element 7 need. They cannot rely on him the entire time to be the only one to score when they need it most. However, ain't it nice when he does? Ain't it beautiful when Iso Nagi finds that opening, finds that gap in the defense, drops that ball down, and puts you back in a chance to win? Ball towards the net. Stellar racing towards it. Will take the lead from Zahn. Beautiful assist off the side. Breakdown and rotation now on Gooby Woobies. They're feeling a little panicked. They're feeling a little worried. They're feeling a little scared. So what does that mean here? They're down by one. They are on match point. However, that's going to put a little bit of panic in their eyes. Stellar not able to pick up the boost. Nagi's going to try get past 2. Does so. Can't get past 3. Jay with the save. Was playing that reliable third man that we've needed to see. And is now once again in that position. Zekers clears it out. Gets the save here. But it's Nagi able to get that challenge. Stellar cuts the ball down. Zan and Stellar both in the same quadrant. It's going to be a breakdown here as we see another chance for them to score. Jay shut down by Nagi. Slacks keeps that ball in the corner. ISO, pop-up field. They're just looking to buy time right now, and that boom across the corner is going to provide the opening they need. Zen over to Nagi. Nagi cut down by Slacks. Can they find an opening here? Can they get that golden goal? Can they find OT? It's going to be Slacks over to Jay. Jay looking for a flick. Over to Slacks. Cuts it down. Slacks will not go through. Zekers up high. Jay can't find the connection. The bell was ringing. He was just about to slide through the door, and it gets shut in his face. Folks, we're heading on to Game 6 now. Element 7, they need to score first in order to win. I think that's the only reliable fact we know. They cannot allow Gooby to find that first goal. They need to continue to play and congest these passing plays. They need to find each other the entire time. They have 100% goal participation across the board because they look for each other actively. 67% over on Gooby, and they've been caught defensive the entire time. They felt under pressure. They were making themselves like Freddie Mercury at that point. And that has to be a struggle. Now as we move on here, I am going to mash this button as quick as I can to get over to Neo Tokyo because that's the next map. There it is. We are not doing comic. God forbid we do comic. I'm very excited, folks. I love casting matches so much. Almost about to join the field myself for a second there. As we go into Game 6, still match point for Gooby Wooby. But Element 7 on the comeback run of the century. I'm curious if they came off the gas a little bit because they anticipated themselves winning. And now Gooby Wooby has shown them a whole different side. They've shown a very aggressive side that Element 7 was not prepared for, and then keep getting caught off guard by. Stellar goes up for the challenge after Nagi's flop. It's going to be Zan. Gets the ball pinched out to the corner. It's going to be Nagi with the high pop-up to the backboard, but more looking to reset than anything. More trying to buy time for the team to truly reset. And Zekers, as that ball sails across the net, Stellar's going to have a little bit of space here. Tries to send it down to Zan. Zan on target. Nagi with the connection. It's going to be a first goal to Element 7. This is a bit more what I've been wanting to see. That's what we've been waiting for. We want them to find clean passes to each other. We want them to be able to find openings in the channel and be able to catch Gooby Wooby off guard. Gooby Wooby now feeling like Element 7 back in Game 1 and 2. So with that momentum in mind, now they just need to keep it going forward. They just need to set that tempo. They need to set the tone. Don't be afraid to rub bodies against people. Don't be afraid to throw off the gloves at them. As Nagi takes the 50, Zekers over to Slacks, off target, but no back pass allowed as Jay cannot read what Nagi is doing. ISO looking for a pass over to Stellar. It's going to be a teardrop, almost a Doomsday. Zun fires in. It's going to be cut down. Sends that ball back over to center. Slacks with a rare miss. Zan has to get there. Doesn't get the double tap, though. He's a little bit too anxious. He got really nervous. Oh, my Lord. Zekers over to Jay, and that's going to tie the game. 1-1 now. Just a farce of an offensive momentum shift here. Just a bit of a breakdown, a little bit too scared, and Jay and Zekers are going to be calm, cool, and collected. They realize they can clear that ball out. Everyone's upfield. Let's just find a pass for each other. Let's create that bond of friendship, of camaraderie. And then break it down. As Stellar, just a bit off target, couldn't adjust in time. That ball pinched out a bit too fast at him. Instead, it's going to be Zan. Nagi, I apologize. going up, and it's going to be Zan following through. Sends it onto the right post, but Jay with the pickup. Zickers, hits the ball. It's going to be back to Slack. Jay, safe carry. Sends it around, and a big clear all the way over to Zekers. Zekers has no opportunity for a double tap here. A bit too high and low on boost on that run. It's going to be Stellar with the defensive effort. Isanagi with the demo on Slacks. Slacks actually getting shut out fairly harsh in the past game and looking to be shut out a little bit in this one too. But they just find that open field pass. Great clear from Stellar. Has to beat Zekers. Gets a piece of it, but it's not enough. Zan's going to pick this one up. Gets bumped off by Stellar, by the other one. Zekers, there we go. Folks, I have known these people for approximately an hour, and I still don't know how to say names. That's awful for me. 1:25 left. Stellar firing towards the center. It's going to be Zekers picking this one up. And Isanagi tries to get a touch, but cuts off Zan. And now Isanagi has to recover. Great defensive effort. Slacks takes out ISO. Jay with the carry. Upfield to Slacks. Slacks looking for one more piece. Sadly, will come up with nothing but crumbs. Stellar, beautiful defensive effort. Denies the ceiling touch. ISO down center. That's dangerous positioning. Stellar's off and outside the line. It's going to go to Jay, who's going to get it up by one. Stellar dove for that ball, tried to catch it in time, really anticipated it going inside, but it was a lucky bounce off that right goalpost. Sent it all the way over to the left, and now all Jay had to do was hit the hardest shot in the game, the open net. Zan sails right past. Jay's not ready for it. It has to go across. It's going to go down to Zan once again. Great cut to prevent Zekers from picking that one up. Zek not able to really find forward momentum on that run. It's going to be Stellar dropping it down to Zan. Zan can't get there in time. Great cut from Slack. Slack's heard me saying he hasn't been doing enough, and he said, fine, I will then. And has just been looking for every single pass out there to shut down. And now looking for a shot for himself. Puts it onto the right side. 2-goal difference. Oh, no. With 65 seconds left to go. When it's a 1-goal difference, Element 7 has been used to fighting from below. They are okay with it. However, when it gets to 2 goals, that's where it becomes a problem. This is going to be a very difficult time for them. They need to focus. They need to play a little bit more alacritous. They need to find their openings, and they need to shut down these passing plays. They need to shut down these unanticipated redirects from the opposition. Jay tries to find the ceiling touch from his teammate, but sadly won't find it. Isanagi looking for the pass from... Oh, no, just can't get there in time. Zekers with a great cut. Zekers fires towards the net. Jay once again! Playmaker to Zekers. Jay with the hat trick. Hats off to you, sir. You may have just sealed the deal for the team. 42 seconds left to go. Nothing short of a miracle will get you across this 3-goal barrier. 3 is the magic number in threes, and it's so hard to find an opening, but may be able to work out. Isanagi on no boost, though, can't catch up in time. It's going to be Stellar picking it up out of the corner. 30 seconds left to go. 10 seconds to go. Y'all got to find it. You got to find it now. Isanagi looking for the upper 90, a little bit too high across the board. Isanagi clears it out, sends it far and away. Can't pick up the ball, tried to anticipate the challenge, instead gets dusted for it. Jay is going to put this ball to the side, and that's going to be game, set, match. In favor of Gooby Woobies, who will be going up against Mishmash Gaming, a team they have yet to face off against. Group A, grand finals will be Mishmash Gaming against Gooby Woobies, and honestly, what a fantastic series has been between both teams. Gooby Wooby able to change that script, set the upset against Element 7. Even with Element 7 taking the first goal, which has been the same set every single time, has been the same reason why people score and teams finish the game in their favor. Gooby Wooby have been able to change that preset. They have done such a fantastic job to do so. Element 7, so close yet so far. They had that momentum shift. They had the tools in hand. However, it just fell a little bit short. However, they're still... I just got a huge compliment from Jay. Jay, thank you very much. That's a kiss to you. Thank you for the follow, Velops, Twan, and Zekers as well. God, I have been flip-flopping your name so bad right now. Hey, I love having energy. Honestly, I had too much coffee too late at night. I have a farmer's market. I got to work in like 12 and 10 hours, so wish me luck. But honestly, both teams played fantastically well. I think the overall lesson we can learn from Gooby Wooby is that demos and timing works best when it's in tandem together. They spaced out fairly well with each other. They did not allow each other to get crossed up too much. Zekers, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. It is a hard matchup, especially when you're at this level. You have high-level players. These are almost B-level pros. These are players who are on their way to college teams. They're going to be high competition, and we get to witness them starting now. So with that in mind, folks, thank you all so very much for joining me on this broadcast. It has been an absolute joy and pleasure to broadcast for Royalty Series, sponsored by House Weapon Doors, North American Premier 3v3 Circuit. And to cast two wonderful teams, keep an eye on Element 7, keep an eye out on Gooby Wooby. They have both been great teams to broadcast, and you know you get top-tier action whenever you watch them play live. Stay tuned for next week when Royalty Series will be broadcasting the grand finals for Group A between Mishmash Gaming and Gooby Wooby. Element 7, I cannot wait to see you in other leagues as well. You know KRLS is starting up soon. You know Soccer City is about to start up. You know there's going to be more teams and more leagues starting up fairly soon as well. With that in mind, I'm going to find us someone out to raid. If you are here right now, or if you are watching the VOD here on YouTube, please drop me a follow down below. Check out Christopher Escalante, !track to hear the beautiful music he makes on his own music projects such as Divide by Zero, Long Distance Friends, Chrysalis, Escalante as well. And then if you want to commission him for your own music, for your own streams, please reach out to him too. He also does some lo-fi jazz. He does some beautiful beats that will soothe and set the tone for your streams. Folks, we're going to head on over to the myth, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Monkey Shines TV, who is doing public tourneys at the moment. So, folks, let's go give one of the premier goated casters of the Last Chance qualifier for 100x35, who runs the Wholesome League as well. We're going to go hang out with Monkey Shines TV for the rest of the evening. Thank you all so very much for joining me. I will see you all next time.